This is Two Nerds and a Joke with Robert and Ernie.
Thanks, Distant Body Hot Girl Voice. This is Two Nerds and a Joke with Robert and Ernie. I'm Ernie.
And I'm the haven't played the games I wanted to, but I'm going to this weekend. I promise you, as my witness, Robert, if you will.
Still too long.
Two? I cut out a word or two, I think.
Yeah, but the nice thing is that we do have a guest on, another, wow, like
You've lost
man
everything.
of all talents, podcasting, gaming, ladies' man apparently. So
very much so.
welcome to the show.
Awesome. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me, fellas.
So I have to ask, obviously, it stands for something, but your first name is fantastic, of course. But what does BJ actually stand for? Because your email is like Bunneh3000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Give me something here, because it's great, but I want to know the truth.
Well, the truth is BJ is, I guess you could say, the acronym or the nickname I go by, and it actually stands for Benjamin James, because that's my full name.
Ooh, fancy,
All right.
fancy. BJ does usually go for the Benjamin James, doesn't it? A lot of times, I've found.
I found in my experience, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a BJ, so he would know other BJs.
Right.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I know all the BJs. Come on. I don't know if that even sounds right, but yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So your other moniker is your email, which is also, I believe, kind of what you go for on the streaming service, which is Bunneh3000. I think it is. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Why bunnies? What's up with the bunny? And is it I love you 3000? I mean, were you talking Iron Man reference?
Okay, so I'll try to keep this short. It's not a long story, but it is somewhat interesting. So
Okay.
at one of my last jobs, I was very good friends with the IT group. And this was around the same time frame when Halo was kind of really, really popular. The original Halo on PC.
Oh, wow. You're going back a few days. Okay.
Yeah. So me and this IT friend of ours, we were kind of bored at work.
The shock and horror. Oh, no.
Tell me about it. So, we would actually, hang out and everything a while at work. And when he got really, really bored, we would sometimes kick on Halo and we would play in the server room.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it kind of grew. Unfortunately, other people started to get interested and they would play with us.
Oh, God.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but on the original Halo, there was like just one map, right? So it was like the two bases on far sides of this big valley. And, they just had all the guns and the, sniper rifles and everything. And of course, the pistols were uber and the shotguns were just a lot more fun.
Sure.
So anytime people came close, we didn't, dodge back and forth like you do on Fortnite nowadays. People would just jump. They just keep jumping. And I became really, really good at jumping with a shotgun and getting headshots and just taking people out to the point where they got pissed off at me jumping around. So, as you start, you kind of put two and two together, and the whole bunny, hop and pop was like one of my little monikers for a little while. But I was like, that sounds dumb trying to use that as a stream name.
Yeah.
So, I didn't want to say Bunny because, half the time girls will use the Bunneh moniker. So I said Bunneh. So, it just kind of stuck.
It's stuck.
Yeah.
That's a good story. I like that.
But how cool is that? Like when you think about how far like technology's come, right? Like when gaming first started off, you kind of like think, wow, if only I had like access to some like server to play this game on, how awesome would it be? And then voila, all these companies that you're working at have a server.
Yeah. That's kind of how it went down. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun in ways we shouldn't have.
Yeah. So
That is
how long
hilarious.
have you been in this the whole gaming thing? Like when did you start? Like did you start off really young or as an adult?
Wow, I was very, very young when I started gaming. Back in the early 80s, basically. So back in the early 80s, arcades were the thing. So my mom used to love going to shop. So I would hate it. Of course, she'd drag me around with her, and it would take her hours to do so. So once I became a little bit older where she felt comfortable with it, she would just leave me in the arcade. And she'd know where I'd be the whole time. And she'd go do her shopping for however many hours it would be, come back, and I'd still be there in the arcade.
You had the line of quarters, of course, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
Now, did you
But I mean,
did you light up the quarters on the screen to let people know?
oh no. No. I didn't want them other little kids taking my quarters. So half the time I would just wait until nobody else wanted to play. And then I'd hop on and do what I had to do. So half the time I'd play pinball games, but you know, I'd go in and I'd play other stuff. So
Nice.
Okay. I remember back in the 90s when I was doing it. Not so much the 80s, but more the 90s when I did it. I was a lot into the X-Men arcade game.
yeah.
That was
The co-op
amazing.
game, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
that was my favorite.
Love it.
So
Yeah, you had
now,
X-Men, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Oh
even the Simpsons. Yeah, I remember
that was
that.
actually a lot of fun.
Those were a lot of fun. Those were
Yeah, they
crazy
were.
fun.
Do you ever think that will ever come back around again, or was that just a moment in time? What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I feel as if it's kind of a moment in time now. There was a time when I really thought that VR and AR arcades would kind of bring things back.
Mm.
But you know, with the way technology is in terms of it getting smaller, portable, and all this other kind of stuff, I kind of think that it's, you know, the world is going to be our arcade. You know, I think eventually it'll get to the point where we'll have AR goggles everywhere we go, and we'll just be playing with the stranger next to us on the bus, you know, walking around, you know, kind of doing what we do now on Pokemon Go, throwing stuff at the wall and picking Pokemon up all
That
over the
was
place. You know?
literally what I was just going to say. Like Pokemon Go. Thank you very much. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're still playing, you should totally friend me. I'm active.
Is this still going on? That's my next question.
Yeah, no, I'm still playing. Well, the great thing about it, not to get off on a tangent, is that you can take the Pokemon you get in Pokemon Go, put them on Pokemon Home, and I now have Sword for Switch. So I'm using my Pokemon Go to collect all the Pokemon I don't have in Pokemon Sword. So I don't have to grind in Pokemon Sword. I can just collect them from Pokemon Go.
Wow. See, I wasn't even able to make that connection because I jumped on Pokemon Go when it first came out. I was on it for like a month, and then I was like, because I started getting dangerous, you know, driving around real slow. Like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I got to stop doing this.
Yeah, you're the guy they made that warning for when you start.
Yes, that was me.
You're being safe. You were that guy.
That was me.
But yeah, I am that guy who has to get them all. And in the last generation, I was only missing a total of 2 Pokemon.
Holy
that
cow!
Exist ever.
Wow.
One was a special event Pokemon that they never dropped, and the other one was one of the new ones that you could only technically get in Pokemon Go, which I finally got. So I technically have it, but I don't have it on the old system.
All but one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, no, that's my thing. So I had to do it all over again with a sword and shield. So you know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that's my obsession. What about you? So what are you currently playing? And are you streaming one thing, or do you kind of jump around? Haha.
Yeah. Like right now, I'm keeping it light because, you know, I'm trying to detoxify myself from the world and just go with stuff that just eases my spirit. So I jump on stuff primarily that lets me kill people. I'm just playing.
Oh, hey.
It is what it is.
I'm all for that.
Right? No.
There's some therapy from that.
Yeah. No, I play, like right now, I play a lot of games. I play mostly things that my family plays. So I've got a couple of sons that don't live with me, that live in North Carolina that I play online with. So then I've got an older sister who also plays with me. So between the 3 and 4 of us, we all play Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War. Yeah. So we play that now. And when I'm not playing that with them, I just basically go back to playing Division 2 and What else was I doing? State of Decay 2. Um, that's primarily it for now. I mean, every once in a while I'll hop on my computer and try to play some game that's on my long Steam list library of stuff.
Right.
But,
Yeah,
you know.
I refuse to get a Steam account because I feel I would get lost in it and never come back out again.
Yeah, that's me. It's like I have this very, very bad habit of collecting old games that I used to play on my computer that I have no intentions of ever playing again.
Coming back around to it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in your aspects, I want to get like another side of you here.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at gaming as a whole, like an industry, what have they done right, and what is something that they could do better?
Ooh, something they've done right. One of the things I think they are trying to do right is make the gaming industry more inclusive. Now that I kind of mean they are really trying to, I guess, diversify not only the types of games that they have, but just the types of characters that they have and stories that they tell. So I love that, kind of like, Miles Morales and there was like one game I remember that was on E3 where the developer was saying it was a story about someone overcoming depression, but it was kind of them going through something. I swear I can't remember the name, and I'm gonna feel horrible because it was like a great indie game or something like that.
Oh, man. Indie games are cool, man.
Yeah, I love indie games, and but I really love that because I guess you can kind of attribute that to the technology, because the technology is allowing developers to be able to get in at various levels. There's just so many different types of games that are coming in, from one-man teams, what was that, Five Nights at Freddy's, to huge teams or whatever that can all be successful. And I love that about the game industry. And things that I think they could do better. Ooh. There's so many things.
There's not just one.
Yeah, there's not just one. Yeah.
It's the whole, I guess for me, it's the whole games as a service model. It just seems like it's just exploitation on top of exploitation,
It really is too, because I play a few of those service model ones, and the pay to play, basically, if you will. And I love the game, and it's they're stupid little games for the most part, and they lure you in, and you're like, play for free, and you're like, yes, but if you really want to be good, and they make such a discrepancy between you paying and you getting it for free.
Exactly.
And they have what they call the whales, the white whales, if they will.
Yes, they do.
that are paying $3,000 a month, and I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. Paying $3,000 a month to play this online game that they won't. They get nothing out of except the gameplay and the ability to stomp everybody else.
Yes, I mean, I think the prime example of that for myself is just NBA 2K.
Oh, God.
I mean, the way that they built up that game, I mean, it's like the core of that game is awesome. It's like one of the best sports simulators, if not the best, out there on the market. And each year they add to it. There's so much to it. And then all of a sudden, you get like to the create a player mode where you're like, oh my gosh, I can have my own NBA career.
Right.
And then you start digging into it. And it's like, unless you like dump hundreds and hundreds of dollars into that game to get your character's level up to 99, where everybody else is that's halfway decent on that game, then you might as well not play and just play against the computer. It's just it drives me crazy. You can't go and have a game of 21 with a couple of strangers or whatever without somebody getting upset that, oh my gosh, you lost 50 games and only won one. I don't want to play with you. I'm like, oh, come on, man. I'm just playing casual. It's like, let's just ball.
Yeah, and you have to be in the right group, because a lot of times with a lot of those games, you have to be like in a guild or a group or a team that at least understands that not everybody's going to be paid to play. And then the problem is, as a group or a team or whatever, you're now lower than everybody else.
Well, that's how I got out of Madden when it became so hyper competitive.
Same way.
Yeah, I could build a dynasty. I could do like the creative mode, like
Right.
all
Yeah.
that stuff in the
Right.
game. And I found it great. When I found the community, I was like, oh, this is cool, a community. Then when you start playing in it and you realize,
Mhm.
oh man, these guys are, yeah, it stops becoming fun.
Yeah.
You actually start hating it.
Yeah.
It's a real challenge. It is. And I'm playing the game I'm playing is called State of Survival.
Mhm.
And it's a mobile app game. And I have a guild that I'm a part of, or a group or alliance, whatever they call it.
Mhm.
But I'm part of an alliance with my wife, my mother-in-law, a close friend of ours, their
Right.
friends. We are trading recipes with people. We're sending gift packages, and they're sending stuff back. So it's more of a family. And some people put
Casual.
money in, some
Yeah.
people don't. But we're in a group that is kind of like a family, and that's cool. But then there's the other groups out there that are in it to win it. And
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God. And that's all they care about.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that we have on our team are bigger players that are like, you know what? I don't like the hyper competitiveness. You
Mhm.
guys are fun. We have an insults channel because we use Discord a lot. So there's an insults channel. It's insults for fun. We're attracting new players with it, really. And they're big players that are coming in are like, we don't like the hyper competitive. We want to play with people and have fun. Even though we've put money in, we still want to play and have fun. You
Mhm.
guys seem like fun. You're not focused on that we must win all the time thing of it, and who can we beat down today?
Yep.
So that's hopefully how we're playing it, but that's the exception, not the rule, unfortunately.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I would probably be more happier with the subscription cost, where you can't put real money in anywhere and you
Right.
level like everybody else does, but there's a subscription cost to it. You pay
Right.
$5 a month, you're still going to make your money as a gaming company.
Mhm.
Well, that doesn't make sense for those guys in the cartels playing these things, right?
Yeah,
Or
well,
those Russian oligarchs over there.
yeah, that's all they have to do. They'll have to spend their money on it, for God's sake.
When a car runs out of gas, they just buy another car.
Exactly. It's like,
Mhm. Ugh. It's crazy. It really is. But I mean, I guess there was a tipping point at some point where, a lot of those game developers were like, oh, we're spending so much money on this game and that game, and this one's bombing and this one isn't. And, just that whole balance until they figured out, oh, we can start charging for DLC. And I was like, okay, I was like,
I remember those.
I was a little, I was a little leery about it, but once you started seeing some of the DLC for some of the games, you were like, okay, until they became map packs. And then you went,
Mhm.
And then after the map packs, you went to loot. No, it wasn't even loot boxes. What was after map packs? It was kind of like card packs or something.
right, yeah.
In some games.
There's
and
a
then,
package, yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it went from that to
Subscription.
well, no, like what Diablo 3 did, like the
Oh my gosh! Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, I remember that.
Blizzard
the
got into a lot of trouble.
Store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
paying
start
real
going on
money.
eBay. People start
Yes.
going on eBay to get their
Oh my
stuff.
gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, you can like be a level 1 dude and pay for like the grandiose armor or whatever that once of course you get to that level, it's like you could destroy everything in the game. It's like you don't even have to grind. You just have to get to that level.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or just pay for an account that already has a character of that level.
Of course, yeah. That's the other rate. Why not? For the
Yeah.
people
Oh
that
my
have no
God.
life.
I heard about the guys who had the bots that were working their stuff, so that way they could
Mhm.
keep like making the money in the game while they're
Yep.
not playing. I'm like, yo, that is bonker bananas that you guys are doing.
Insane.
Then I saw the eBay, and because someone called me up and said, "Hey, go to eBay and search up this item," and it was like this hard to find magical item, right?
Mhm.
And it was there for sale in real hard dollars. This guy was
Oh
selling
my
it.
gosh.
Insane. It's insane.
I really feel like I missed out on my business opportunity, my entrepreneurship. I
We
really
all
feel like
feel
I
that
missed
way.
out. I really missed out.
But
Dang it.
it's an investment, though. That's the thing. I mean, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. You have to have the money and time to spend to do it, to make the bots, to know how to do all those things. And then, okay, yeah, then you're gonna make your money back. Don't worry about it,
Yeah.
But it's an investment like anything else. But yeah, I mean, it was an opportunity we all missed out on. I mean,
Yeah.
and now it's the subscription pack, right? So you have to have the
Yep.
subscription to get all the DLC.
The battle pass.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
battle pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one I felt that the DLC was actually worth it for, which is kind of a sad thing to say, but the one most recently was Dragon Builder 2.
Oh, really?
Yes, the DLC for that was, I think, like $14,
Mm-hmm.
and you got like 200 new things. You got 3 new islands to explore.
Mm-hmm.
You opened this whole internet thing for it, and it was actually okay. This is decent. The other one was the DLC for the last Spider-Man game. It was again $14. You got a whole other set of storylines, a whole other area opened up. You got to play with Black Cat. And you got to pretend you had her baby, which was hilarious. She's like, "I'm pregnant. It might be yours. It might not be." And she's not even pregnant. It's awesome. It's great, and it's fun. And it was $14, and I feel okay. That was worth it. That was a $14 game.
Yep.
Now, I'm also an Assassin's Creed guy, right? So I look at their battle pack.
Oh,
I'm like, no.
They started doing some wild stuff with theirs too, right?
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, and it's not worth it. Like they're talking 40.
Well, a lot of it's like appearance, which I always found bizarre. Why anyone would pay stuff just for appearance?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they totally have the appearance stuff.
Hey! I've played Fortnite and I have bought some of the appearance skins on there. Okay, I had to have my what was it? My Black Panther skin. Okay, leave me alone. I wanted that.
You know what? To be fair, I can't argue with that. If it looked good, it's fair enough. I mean, it's like the Spider-Man game is you don't count yourself as having won the game if you don't have all the suits. I mean,
all the suits. That's
right.
I
mean, I got it. I can understand that. So do you Twitch what you're playing with the family, or do you stream other stuff, or how do you just differentiate? You know, how do you decide what you're gonna do?
Yeah, most of the time when I'm just trying to play casual and I'm just streaming just so I can get some content out there, I'll stream by myself or stream with family and friends that are playing like Call of Duty or something that I can play with the group.
Okay.
Those sessions are pretty easy because I can use the banter from the sessions to kind of keep it lively. And excuse me. And then when I actually am planning out what I want to stream, I'll be on my computer and I'll try to get something where I'm trying to explain or talk about either an indie game or a game that's very similar to something that I used to love to play, like Mountain Blade 2, or what was the other one? Kingdom Under Fire 2. Or just various games where people may have heard of it, like, I always wondered about that game, and then I'll play games like that.
Something a little bit off the beaten path, but still things that people know about that you can maybe play ahead and kind of teach them the best ways to do it. So kind of almost a Twitch tutorial, if you will, on how to get through things.
Yeah.
Now I know there's a lot of streamers out there, a lot of guys who do gaming, streaming, and I know you also do podcasting. What do you feel in your stuff makes you unique, that makes your stuff a little bit different than everybody else's?
Because I'm pretty.
Well, that's true. Well, I was going to say, besides the obvious that you're gorgeous, but we're just watching because you're pretty. I mean, that's all. That's all it's about.
I was wondering when we were going to get to that.
I know. It was far too long.
Well, I mean, for myself, most of the time, I'm the old man on the podcast, I guess. So a lot of times I'll be on with other hosts that are a little bit younger than I am, and we'll be able to take my experience and their experience and just talk about different
perspectives.
Yeah, different perspectives from different age groups of the gaming, the gaming industry, that kind of thing. So that's kind of how it goes for me.
It's kind of sad, Ernie. I think he's close to our age.
No, I don't think that's sad.
Well, he's still younger than
he's out there. That's still game.
Well, to be fair, we're all younger than you are, but
these are facts.
Unfortunately, he looks younger than me, but I'm actually younger than him. So.
Oh, okay.
He's got the baby face going when he isn't, wearing the Santa.
Yeah,
beard.
I want to not doing this. Stuff.
Yeah, the Santa beard.
This is remnants of 2020. I gotta,
there
take that off.
So, speaking of 2020, obviously it's a lot more indoor time.
Oof.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Has that been easy for you, or has that been a challenge because, I'm a gamer, it doesn't really make a difference for me? Has it changed any of your playing habits at all? Do you play less, more?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It changed my playing habits a lot. It changed my streaming habits, my podcasting habits, because I basically didn't stream or podcast for months.
Really?
I really haven't really gotten back into podcasting until maybe like this month.
Oh wow.
And the last time me and one of my co-hosts had an episode was like I want to say either last February.
Oh wow.
Last February was probably the last time we did
the
one.
lockdowns. Huh?
Yeah, before
Oh.
the lockdown.
Jesus.
And
That's crazy.
yeah, and streaming wise, I mean, I'm not doing it regular like I used to,
Mhm.
but just this month has really been when I've been getting back into doing it regular. I had little spots here and there where I would do it, maybe like in the fall, but now I'm trying to get back into a regular groove where I'm doing it more regular. So
Hey, we're gonna be part of his relaunch.
exactly,
I love it.
that's
I love
perfect.
We're on the ground floor here. It's perfect.
Hey, it's all about the podcasting community is all about that. Do you feel like there's two different types of communities? I don't know because I don't Twitch and I'm not big into that side of it.
Mm.
What I've noticed in the podcast community is like we all tend to like support each other and I like to think of it as the rising tide raises all the ships, right?
Mhm.
So do you feel like that is in the gaming community, or is it more like cutthroat where you have alphas and you have like betas?
I've seen both. I've definitely seen both. I mean, as you can imagine, just because we're tied to the gaming industry, it can be toxic at times.
We did mention that, yeah.
Yeah, so they'll, just as with streamers in podcasting, I'm sure you'll have people that'll like clown, that'll clown certain podcasts or something like that, leave bad comments, that kind of thing from here and there. And that was actually a part of the reason why some of my older podcasts, we stopped doing them live, because we used to actually record them live while we streamed and then go to an audio format. And as we were doing them, if we decided to, we would respond to some of the live comments as we were doing the podcast.
Wow.
And after a certain point, we stopped doing that because like not half, but like some of the comments that would come in, we'd just be like, okay, no, ban, kick him out of the room, that kind of thing. But I mean,
What were you using that you got all of that negativity?
we were streaming on Twitch.
Oh wow.
originally.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I
And
guess
then we went from Twitch to Google when they had what was their little thing?
the whatchamacallit. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The meetup or whatever it was called.
Yeah, it was like Meetup or something weird like that.
Right. Yeah, that was there for a half second. I had some people who were using that, and then it was going away, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's sad."
Yeah, and then we went to YouTube, and YouTube we really didn't get much of anything. Half the time, people didn't even know we were on.
Yeah, I see. Because I was
Problems, yeah.
we were looking into it too, because I got the OME software, which you use to do streaming on YouTube, and I figured out a way where Ernie could be anywhere, I could be anywhere, we could both be doing video and audio, and we could stream a movie or whatever it was because we do unwanted commentary for movies. So we show a movie or a TV show and make commentary on it. That was the idea, was we're going to do a live stream of that. So it's doable.
Yeah.
But I was like, there isn't really a way on YouTube to really tell people when you're on unless you promote it on all the rest of your social media. And then maybe you get a couple of people.
Yeah, you get a couple.
I mean, we used to be really good, if you're remembering back in the day, when we did our stream, we did it on Facebook Live.
Yep, Facebook.
And that was okay.
Yep.
But Facebook Live went really bad.
Yeah.
Like, we tried it recently, and it was awful.
Yeah.
I
They're
was
trying hard to get game streamers to get back on it.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening, though. It just doesn't have the bandwidth of, like, Twitch, If you're going to do it, do Twitch.
Right.
That's just it,
Mhm.
So I did create a Twitch account in the hopes one day maybe,
just in case, right?
maybe.
Mhm.
But yeah. So it sounds like though there's good and bad in both.
Yeah.
But the live thing, that's always been my worry, is that you start a live thing, especially in something like Twitch where there's a lot of casual browsers. They just kind of hit by, and they're like, oh, let's go troll that person, on their game while they're streaming and make fun of them.
Yeah. We found, I think the biggest thing for us is just for our podcast, we really have to get more of a core audience together that sticks with us as a community, and then go from that and hop into the live. Because I know there's a site that I actually write articles for called Fan Bros, and they kind of had their own podcast community before they started doing their live Twitch shows and everything, and it's kind of worked out for them. It has worked out better in terms of bringing their audience to their live show as well. So.
That sounds like a good concept, because that's kind of where we're at now. Is we're kind of at a place where we have a decent sized core audience, not huge but decent, and we're just trying to now kind of expand out and get kind of noticed, make a little bit of noise, if you will, and try to get a bigger audience. But yeah, you have to have a core. You have to have a fan base that knows where you are, that knows what you're about, that have been following you for a hot minute, and then kind of build from that. So yeah, because live is, again, he said, live is a challenge. I even tried Periscope. Remember Periscope?
Yeah.
In theory, it's still out there. In theory.
yeah. But what you guys are doing is smart, because just getting guests on and that kind of thing, that what I've found in podcasting, that's almost like an instant boost. The moment you start pulling in guests, and doing it on video as well as having them on just the audio show, that builds. That typically builds a lot faster.
Well, and that's why we wanted to have you on, because we knew that you were going to pop it off, and we just want your coattails. We don't need anything. We just ride the coattails to glory. That's what it's going to be.
I mean, it's what I do.
So what is?
I have a question for you. I just want to know, what's your Mount Rushmore of games?
Wow, my Mount Rushmore. How many is that? That's like 5? 4? That's 4. Okay, yeah, I forgot. My face isn't on Mount Rushmore, so yeah.
Not yet. Yes.
Okay. Wow, Mount Rushmore. We talking franchises or just games?
Whichever you prefer.
Whichever.
Franchise counts as one.
Okay. So I definitely have to put Halo on there. I mean, that's standard.
Classic,
based off of,
OG.
Based off of what my name entails. So
of course, you have to.
Halo on there.
Yeah, the most attachment to it.
Mech Warrior Online. And I know a lot of people haven't heard of it, but for me, that one's a big one. Baldur's Gate.
Wow, you have some classics on here. Okay.
Yeah. I spent way too much time on Baldur's Gate, and that kind of adds like a whole family of games for me, like Icewind Dale and.
Okay, the whole collection that's involved there. Okay.
All of those, I just kind of bundle all those up under Baldur's Gate.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, and wow, that's 3 already. Dang it.
One of them is going to be left off, and you're going to be like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah, always. I have to go with a staple, Skyrim.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Nice choices. I like those.
I like that.
So what's next? What would be the next one? What are you looking to do? Because I know, everybody's talking trash about the Star Wars Squadrons game already.
Yeah.
What do they say? Because I never.
So the new Star Wars Squadron play. My son got it, the new Squadron game, and I played it with him, and I felt that at some point I was going to get nauseous. The game is built for people with VR get a setup gears. It's really built for those people who want to be the full experience.
Yes.
So basically, there's us, and then the people who have the VR experience
with the flight stick.
With the flight stick.
With the flight stick, yes. You can have the VR, but if you don't have the flight stick, then you're only halfway there.
Exactly. So basically, all of the online. Exactly. So all the guys who are online playing it, you have us, and you have flight stick dudes, and us get wiped out by flight stick dudes. And that's
it's like, where'd he go? Oh, boom.
Yeah.
It's like ding ding. That's basically my experience every time I play.
Exactly. So that's the challenge of that game. So that's kind of a blowout. So that's what that's getting. And then of course Cyberpunk was a complete trash, unfortunately.
I
So
think that was.
a complete trash. It was.
Oh, unfortunately, yeah, I read a whole about it. It was the worst launch, I think, in all of gaming history.
Whoa.
Period. Bar
That's
none.
wow.
So here's my thing. I bought Cyberpunk back in June.
Oh,
the
you poor
PS4,
man.
right? I was telling my sister and all my friends and everything, this is going to be the quintessential RPG ever. Is made by the best gaming developer ever. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
That was
like
the hype.
I was basically saying all the things that I was saying when Mass Effect Andromeda was about to come out. And then, of course, I got it on my shiny PS4 that's been there for, Lord knows how long. And I swear, I got out of the tutorial and I the little tutorial stages or whatever. And I think I even streamed it. And I sat there and I was like, guys, I might play this more off stream, but I can't play this on stream. I just can't. And within like 3 or 4 days after me saying that, when I streamed it, I sent it back to Amazon for a refund.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it. That was it. I don't think Cyberpunk would be bad if I had it on PC. But there was one video that I saw that had nothing to do with the review of the game or the bugs or any of that. And it had to do just with the AI of the NPCs on Grand Theft Auto 5 compared to the AI of the NPCs on Cyberpunk. And if you think about it, and I don't know if you guys have played GTA, but
I have once or twice.
Lord have mercy.
I'm familiar with it.
Rockstar as a gaming developer, they are geniuses because their AI and their open world feels, I mean, of course, to a point, it feels alive. There's a lot of really great interaction between your character and everything around you. I mean,
well,
it
does it
scary, but it's
it does it. It does it. I play Second Son. And what was the original one? Crap on a cracker. I can't remember the name of it either. But Second Son and the first Son.
What was it? Infamous or whatever?
Infamous.
Yes.
Infamous. Yeah, Infamous. Yeah. Infamous and Infamous 2 Second Son. Great games, Rockstar as well. Again, the AI and the villains that you fight in that 3D world.
Yes.
They know where you are and they're shooting at your ass.
Yes.
They will shoot at you before you even see you even see them. You don't see them. They see you first and they're shooting at you. You're like, I'm getting hit from freaking where am I getting hit? Where are these bastards? And you'll find them and they hide and they know what they're doing.
They have their own little tactics and all this other kind of stuff. And I sat there and I thought about it when I was playing Cyberpunk. I was like, regardless of how beautiful it supposedly looks and all this other kind of stuff, and the cars, how many cars there are, how many guns there are, and all the skill trees and blah 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 blah. I sat there and thought about it while I was watching the video. I was like, okay, if you like walk up to a dude with a sword out and you like hit him once and he cowers there for like 2 seconds and then starts running away in the same animation that every other person down the street does, there's a problem.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Kind of mailed it in on that point.
Yeah, they kind of, it was like, and then once I kind of saw that and it kind of clicked in my head, I was like, you know what? Even if I did halfway enjoy the storyline of the game, it, like you just said, it feels like the rest of it, they just mailed in. It was like, if you didn't want to play through the main story like you do in Skyrim or something like that, you're not going to enjoy yourself. It's basically catered for you to enjoy the story. And it's like, if you're going to do that, you might as well just make it a, on rails story-based game. Don't make it open world.
Well, right. And that's the key thing. It's open world. It's supposed to be open world for a reason. There's story rail games, but you get the best one that balances the two, I feel, is kind of like Nathan Drake's storyline, Uncharted, right?
Absolutely.
Those are not 100% open world. They're mostly on track, but you still have a lot of challenges, but there is a story. So it's quasi open world, but not really. And that's fine. That's a perfect balancing act, right? And if you want to get into it, you can, on at least on one of them I have, you can just go and shoot people
Right.
You can do kind of a Halo or a whatever,
or like a Just Cause kind of thing. Just
Yeah.
display all the stuff over there.
exactly, and that's fun, and you can just play that. So that's cool.
hmm
But yeah, I feel they didn't do that either way, and it's just such bad review. It's like everybody's like, oh, they put more money into the advertising for it than they did the actual game.
A lot of advertising.
So sad.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
sad.
Yeah.
So you blew that one. You're not going to do the Squadron, I'm assuming, unless you get your flight stick and gear.
I have it. I have Squadrons.
Do you?
Yeah, and it was, and just like with Cyberpunk, I played it like, I even streamed it the first couple of days that I had it, and it felt like I was playing a pay-to-win game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though there is no pay structure or DLC or whatever for it. It just felt like, okay, there's me, and then there's everybody that plays online. You know what I mean? It's like, I got into an actual match, and I was like, okay, what do I do? Okay, I'm gonna shoot that. Okay, I'm dead. All right, I'm gonna shoot that. Okay, I'm gonna shoot the big, huge ship, and then you get like halfway close to it, and I was like, okay, bump this, man.
Yeah. That's how I felt a lot of times in Halo and Apex Legends, right? I like get spawned somewhere. I literally walk by a window or a crack in a door, and I get murked from a guy who's 2 miles away, right?
Yeah, it was like just waiting for it. It was like, oh, look at this dude. Look at him. Look at it. Swoop.
He's so cute.
Look at him. Look at all the stuff
Awful.
he's got. He thinks he's going to make it out of that room.
It's like, oh, he's walking in circles looking for something. That's awesome. Oh, poor guy. Oh, he's got the gun I want. Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the good times. The good times.
Yeah,
That's what it's
kind of
all.
how Squadrons was for me. I just
Yeah. I mean,
I love it. I think they did a great job on it.
Yeah.
It just feels like the balance is just off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The balance for it is just off.
If you don't have the gear, you're not going to play to win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So what are you actually looking forward to streaming next then? For like something that you're hopefully going to enjoy that isn't going to be a flop for you.
So I'm kind of in the middle of a game that I was actually going to work on writing a review for. Oh man, what was it called? It was like, it's this early access game called Earth from Another Sun. And
Okay.
I'm 100% certain you haven't heard of it. But
No, I was saying I don't know.
It was like, see, and this is how easy it is to get someone like me when you're advertising games. I was on Facebook, of all places, and saw one of the little ads come by and goes, oh, do you like Borderlands? Do you like Mountain Blade? Then boy, do we have the game for you. And then they advertised this game. And I was like, oh, they said 2 of my favorite games. I'm in. I went, and I just instantly, the second I saw it, I was like, oh, it's shiny. There's stuff blowing up. It's gorgeous. I'm buying it. I paid $50 for it, and it's in early access. So I can't say a whole lot about it because it's in early access. They're still really building the game.
All right.
But I kind of want it to get to a point where the part of the game that they have that's supposed to be like Mountain Blade is done. And I think they call it Conquest Mode or something like that. I'm waiting for them to get that out, patch that in, and flesh it out a little bit before I actually start streaming it.
Right.
Kind of in the meantime, I'm going to go over to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord because I bought it when it was in early access, like, what was that, last year?
Last year, yeah, I think so,
last year.
Remember correctly.
And I played and streamed the hell out of that game back then.
Right.
And then I kind of just let it die off or whatever. So I kind of want to get back into it, start a new game, and see what kind of patches they put into it and how it's changed until this other game, gets to
It's ready to go.
Yeah, it's ready to go. So I can kind of say, okay, this is what you said your game is going to be like. See? This.
This is
And
right
it's
here.
like, and then this is what your game is like. So, I kind of want to do that.
Nice. Well, that sounds like a good plan.
Mm.
So you to alternate between the two once they get there, and kind of at some point maybe be streaming both, kind of almost simulcasting at some point.
Right. That's kind of my plan. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Great.
Well, we have new stuff to watch. We have new stuff to look forward to on Twitch then.
Yeah.
Well, let us have all the digits, if you will, as they say to the girls. Let me have your digits. Where can all the fans that you're going to get?
Work, by the way. That line
It does.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not anymore. No. I tried it with my wife yesterday, and she didn't like it. She was very upset when I said that.
He's like,
Let me
why are
get
you talking to me?
Yeah, exactly.
Stop talking to me. So
I'm
where
watching
can
Golden Girls. Get out of my face. Yeah.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. So where can people find you now? Where's going to be next? And obviously, of course, all the links are going to be down below in the podcast info section. But where can people go to find you? What's the next thing that you're coming up for your podcast / Twitter, Twitch, all your good stuff?
So the active podcast that I'll be gearing back up pretty soon is called Shaded Pixels.
Oh, nice. Like that name.
We are. Thank you.
And steal that.
I think we are. I think where we post the episodes, pretty much they send it out to like all the big places, so it'll be like on Apple and Spotify or whatever.
Everywhere you can get your podcast.
Yes, everywhere you can get your podcasts. And for like a lot of my streaming, I pretty much primarily do it on Twitch under Bunneh3000 is the channel name. And I pretty much use that everywhere social media is found, Bunneh3000. Okay. So if it says that, cool. That's me.
You. That is you. Awesome. And we'll put the links below, obviously, of course, as well. Of course, we love video games. We can't watch to see what you're going to play next. So we're very excited for that. And of course, if you ever need a couple of random noobs to come onto your Twitch account, you got 2 of them right here.
Hey, Human Shield right here. Human Shield.
If you ever need help with Pokemon Go, let me know. Friend me. Give me a friend code. I'll get you some nice stuff. I give out gifts on the regular, so I'm very good at that. Awesome. Just in case.
Awesome.
Yeah, my kids are huge into Pokemon Go, so I have to stay fairly active. They can be jealous of me. It's like, hey, do you have this Pokemon? Yes. Do you have this one? Yes. Do you have this one? Yes.
Here.
Like, you suck. I have 3 of each. I always keep a spare just in case someone wants it. Come on. 800 Pokemon? You bet it.
So generous.
I am a generous soul. But definitely like us, and follow us on all of our social media. We will definitely be posting all of our episodes on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course the good and happy Tumblr, which nobody's on Tumblr, but you know, for the few people, they aren't. I know.
That are on Tumblr, yes.
Yeah, yes, for the few people, we have a huge Pinterest following. Thank you very much. Whatever.
Yes, I have a substantial MySpace following too. They don't do anything, but you know, they're there. Daggone it! To all my Facebook fans.
Yes.
That's a fantastic MySpace. I have to look at my account.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I logged in.
I can't even. And of course, wherever you get your podcast, including Spotify and Apple. And of course, we did get eligible for Amazon. So if you listen to Amazon podcasts, the 2 of you who are on that one, we're in there too. And of course, YouTube channel, you'll be able to, if you're listening to yes, if you're listening to our podcast right now, definitely check out the video version of this, which will launch next week, because we weren't joking. BJ Brown is gorgeous. Gorgeous, honey. It's a miracle he's not taken by 6 women. It's amazing.
That's right. I grew like three zits just for you guys. Right there. 3 of them just for you guys. Yes.
I feel it. It's 2 nerds and a joke there. Those are the 3 zits you got. It's fantastic. Like us, love us. And as course, as a lot of video game endings kind of aren't the point anymore, but we still have to have them. Ernie, if you'll end us appropriately as always.
Peace out.
Peace out, everybody. And don't forget to line up your quarters next time.
And that's another episode of 2 Nerds and a Joke. Follow Robert and Ernie on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to their YouTube channel.